So here I am, a psychologist, going to speak to you about how to keep your attitudes focused and positive. My presentation is directed at tapping in to you and what gets to you in terms of your stress and your attitudes and how you can turn that around.
I think he's a dynamic speaker. I enjoyed the event immensely. I think he's hilarious. And I think if you apply the advice, it's very practical, so I plan to do so.
Young lady, do you have any idea who I am? She says, wait a minute, sir, maybe I can help you. She gets on the loudspeaker and she says, attention, everyone in the vicinity of gate 27. We have a passenger here who has no idea who he is.
Dr. Jack is hilarious. Yeah. If you get a chance to listen to him, you'll thoroughly enjoy it. He makes you laugh, he makes the audience laugh, and in turn it just resonates. His whole message, helps you appreciate just how important his message is and how effective it is.
Now, just now, when I said, we have a passenger here who has no idea who he is, it took 4/10 of a second for most of you to get that joke. 4/10 of a second between the time your subconscious mind heard the words and it translated into something you didn't expect and something that was humorous. And in that 4/10 of a second, a wave of negatively charged ions flowed over your cerebral cortex. Now this sounds like a lot of highfalutin mumbo jumbo, so let's boil it down to what it really means. You just jacked up your immune system. We know that every time a person laughs, they jack up their immune system. And part of what I'm going to talk to you about today is more about bringing fun into your life and laughing more. Jacking up your immune system.
Oh, he was terrific. In a time where so many people want to concentrate on the negative, he brings the positive out from inside of you.
And so I talk to people about how they catastrophize in their mind what's going to happen with change. And we talk about what is the reality here. How can you embrace it and turn the challenge of change that's happening in your life into an opportunity.
Dr. Singer was inspiring and motivating and gave me enough information and enough material and catchy, simple things.
You're going to make a decision today, by the time you're done hearing me, as to which road you want to travel. And it really depends whether you're going to get stuck in the obstacles or whether you're going to keep your focus on the goal at the end of the road and get through or around those obstacles. That's where all of our problems begin, is the negative comments that were told to us and that we continue to tell ourselves because of the thinking habits that we have, because of our inner dialogue. And every one of you has doors that are not even open yet. Opportunities that you haven't even thought of. This is the same message you can give your clients, by the way. There are opportunities they haven't even thought of yet.
I had Jack speak at one of my Lunch and Learn Roadshow seminars, and he was so wonderful that everyone was just riveted. So I would definitely have him come back.
So the first prescription to keeping your attitudes positive is to take control of your internal critic. Because you see, events don't really cause problems in our lives. Events don't cause the way we feel. Events don't lead to stress and attitude problems. It's our interpretation of those events. And our interpretation is based on some habits we've developed in the way we look at things happening to us and what we say to ourselves about them. And once you understand what you're saying to yourself about those events, you will understand why you have the attitudes, the moods, and the emotions that you have.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, Jack did a great job of being able to take some difficult principles and put them into some fun, easy to understand material that I think benefited the entire audience.
Conquering your internal critic, that little voice that's inside of your head that we all have, that about 96% of the time is speaking in negatives to you, like, don't try this, no, it's too risky, what if this happens? That little voice that we all have. Everybody in this room has that voice. Anyone with more than one voice, please see me right after this presentation. But everybody has that little voice inside of your head.
Yeah, Jack is fantastic. For anyone that wants to learn the power of positive thinking and not only improve their practice, but their entire attitude and way of life, I highly recommend listening to Jack. You know, I've heard him before, and we've put some of his recommendations into practice, you know, within our own firm, and they work.
You never know when an opportunity is going to take place, and you have to get rid of that internal critic that continues to speak negatively to you.
He brought home his message through his laughter. And
I thought it was great. It was really fun.
Very positive.
And very positive, yes.
Yes. Make a new beginning.
You see, the subconscious mind is like a beautiful garden that should have roses planted in it, but instead, well-meaning but misinformed parents, teachers, and authority figures have planted weeds in the garden of our subconscious.
Well, I loved it, and I'm very glad we had him here.
What really motivates me and gets me excited is knowing that I've touched the lives of some people and I've made a permanent change for them in a positive way.